I have an error somewhere? No. Rescue 4 old men, so that worked. Let's see, sad puppy. Puppies. Hooray. I can generate plurals properly. That's, I went to school to learn that. Actually, I never went to school for programming, so. Suits me right. Maybe they would have taught me how to make plurals better. Okay. So now the last thing I need to do, so now I've got 4 or 5 different things. Prisoners. Got kittens, puppies, little girls, old men, and punk princesses that can all be rescued. So now I need to choose one at random in my rescue mission. I already forgot what they are. Sad kitten, sad puppy, little girl, old man, punk princess. Alright, so now this guy is going to be... What did I do there? Alright, so now I'll choose a random number of prisoners to rescue and a random type. So let's see how that works. Everyone is so quiet in the chat. If anyone has any questions, just let me know about what I'm doing or why I'm doing it. Or if you have any suggestions about how I could be a better programmer, just let me know. Oh, I said stuff and 5 people immediately left. That makes me sad. People don't like being called out as lurkers, I guess. Who knows? Rescue 4 sad puppies, okay. Whoa, something broke. I screwed something up in my cut and paste job. What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? Monster Sprites line 104. Right. I did a cut and paste and it's adding the same key twice. Punk Princess. The save game is likely to be screwed up, so I'm just going to delete it. I'm going to go ahead and delete the campaign too, so that I can see. Excellent. Glad you're enjoying it. Wins. I try to make it entertaining. You know, just me talking to myself for 4 hours. And it's weird trying to remember that you're like on camera, because I am always like touching my face and it's bizarre. Okay, so now I've got a new campaign. Rescue 3 little girls. So that looked good. We kill these guys again. Five little girls. I wanted to pick something other than little girls. This is what happens sometimes with random numbers. They just pick the same random number. Either I'm doing it wrong or it's picking the same random number every time, which is possible. 3 old men, there we go. That's funny. The perplexing mystery of the unavailable old men. There's a random mission name generator, and sometimes it comes up with funny names. So there's the old men that need to be rescued, 3 of them. I wonder if they're close by. Oh, that's pretty close. He's one room away. I know one thing I want to go see is that I know the cage is not right. It's probably too small. So I'm going to go ahead and play a minute and get up there. Oh, I should have played the flush. Oh, I should not have read that scroll. Alright, so there should be... Oh, he's in one of the prison rooms. And there he is. So, where I think the cage, yeah, there's the cages. Alright, I'm going to tweak the size of the cage, because I sized it earlier to fit the kitten, but that's obviously not going to work for everyone. So what is that? It's an imprisoned status effect applier. Oh, picked the wrong one. So make him 0.8, and then I need to move him. Oh, that might be enough. Let's just see how that looks. Oops, that's clearly incorrect. Alright, so we definitely have some bugs. The type of the monster is getting reset. Yeah, I need to move him up more. See? This is why we test. Plus Y. Tell us, let's say 6 pixels. This is how we do things. We just pick numbers at random and then try them until they look good. It still needs to be moved up more. Did that even work? Did not work, I think. I know what I did wrong. I changed the wrong thing. I'm still not used to the key mapping, so I keep pushing Command Tab, which on a Mac is like Alt Tab, but I've mapped my Command key to my Control key, so I keep hitting the wrong thing. That looks pretty good. You got a dude there. The problem is that, I was gonna say the problem is the boss didn't spawn, but there he totally was. That was actually pretty cool. The guy's gonna die. That's pretty funny. Probably, if you kill one of the guys that you're supposed to rescue, you should probably fail the mission. Yeah, we'll figure that one out. I mean, it is kind of my fault. I lit the dude on fire, and then he died. When the town hires me to rescue someone, and I crisp him, Kentucky Fried Old Man. All right, what did I fix? Right, I made the cage bigger. I fixed all the right sprites. Okay. So, what other bugs? We saw that one bug where the this reverted back to little girls, so why would that be? So I'm not going to just take a minute here and look through my code and figure out why that's happening. Well, it's a bit of a mystery. So it should be when I'm loading up from saving. I might close everything and start again. Let's see. Map story. It is loading a saved campaign, yeah. I'm not sure. The persistence is actually a little convoluted, which is something I've been meaning to go back and fix. But yeah, there's a campaign, and it saves all of the progress that you've done toward the campaign. Even though their campaign really isn't in the game yet, the campaign right now consists of random missions only, but the idea is that there will be a campaign and that you will have missions that advance the story. But yeah, something about the way it's loading you've got missions, which on the main map you see a mission, and then that results, when you start a mission, that results in a dungeon. And then there's a little bit of a mismatch between the dungeon and the mission, I think, because the missions were introduced much later in our development cycle. So something about that is not getting the correct data. So I just need to, part of this is just refamiliarize. I haven't looked at a lot of this code in a while, so I'm trying to remember how it works. It's another thing you end up doing as a developer is figuring out what the hell you did 2 years ago or last week and why you did it that way. Because you just hate, I think all developers hate their future selves because we always leave just crap for us. And we're like, we'll deal with that tomorrow. And then 2 weeks we're like, man, I hate that guy in the past. But it happens all the time. I think we all do it. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to make this interesting, but looking at this stuff is not particularly interesting right now. Yeah, maybe I'll create a bug for this and come back later. All right, so that may be about the last thing keeping rescue dungeons from being done. At least done enough to include in the next release of the game. So let me see if there's some other things I can do. Townspeople to rescue, those are done. I need to run away for just a second, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I think I am going to go ahead and finish this off. So back to looking at non-interesting stuff. Okay. I'm still a bit perplexed. Okay, so it's generating an intro. Well, can't even figure out my own stinking code. So let's see. Dungeon loading. Yes, Super Rabbit Boy. It is random who you're supposed to rescue on the mission. So that's what I'm trying to fix. Was earlier I just added the. It chooses one of 5 different things you're supposed to rescue, and that all works. The only thing is when you start a game and then load it the second time, it's not remembering who it is you're supposed to rescue. So I was saying, well, this one actually looked like it. No, this was saying little girls when it was supposed to be old men, so that's not right. Rescue 3 little girls. Maybe that was right. I really thought they were old men. So maybe something is wrong. Maybe what was wrong was the graphic that was loading. Sure enough, there's some little girls. Okay, well, maybe everything was actually alright the whole time. I swear there was an old man there in a cage that I killed with the fireball. Yeah. There's a little girl in a cage. Well, I don't know what I was seeing. I really swear there was an old man in that cage before, but maybe that was some old save game that was messed up somehow. I do not know. Nice little straight there. The one thing I'm worried about with that little girl kind of hanging out there is that when I move over and there's dungeon underneath her, that it might look funny. Kind of looks like she's hanging out over there. I probably need to put some kind of background behind her, but I'll talk to our artist and see what he thinks about getting some sort of, maybe we'll do like this little sign kind of looking thing with the parchment stretched on it. Maybe we'll do another one hanging down here for the when you're running a rescue mission. Alright, well it actually looks like that is good. So yeah, I know. That's awesome. I love it when I can fix bugs without doing anything. Those are the best kind of bugs. Alright, did I actually? Nope. Okay. So I think I'm going to play them a little more, but I think rescue dungeons are done. So I'm going to play through a few of those, not now. I'm going to play through a few of them, and then I'm going to call that one done. So that's definitely a feature that should be ready to go into update 25. People that have the game, if you just bought it recently, we try to do updates. We're up to update number 25, which means essentially 25 versions of the game, 25 different updates that have been released since we made the game public. This goes back a little while. We've originally started as an iOS game, and so the versions about 1 through 16 were all released to our iOS beta testers. And then around then we decided to switch and focus on PC and Mac instead of iPhone. So updates 17 through 24 have all been released since the game's been on Steam. So we're working on update 25. We try to release about every 2 to 3 weeks. This one's gone a little longer than we'd like. It's been about a month since update 24, mostly because we've been adding the rogue profession. And adding new professions is, it's just a lot of work. You have to add all the new cards, you have to implement sometimes new behavior to go along with the cards, and then all the particle effects and stuff that go along with it. So every time we add a new profession, it tends to add on to that release. So I may actually go ahead and get update 25 out later this week without the rogue class, just so we can get, there's a ton of really good bug fixes, and then now the rescue dungeons are done. So I may go ahead and get this out there so people can start playing with that stuff. So let me see what else I can do. I'm going to stream for about another 20 minutes or so, and then I'm going to call it a day. So let's try to pick something here I can finish in about 20 minutes. Let's see, anything, bugs aren't that exciting. I know what I can do is, I think I am going to make it so that if you kill, one of the prisoners by accident, oh yeah, glowing loot, that's actually a good one. I will do that one instead, and then I'll do the other thing I was talking about with prisoners, because I think they'll both be pretty easy. So the glowing loot thing, all right, let me close all this stuff down. Close everything. Loot and yeah. So what I just did there, if you weren't watching earlier, I've been reformatting all the code. As I run across things that haven't been reformatted, I go ahead and reformat them. And then I see what stuff telling me there. Ah. So it's telling me that this is unnecessary because it has a default value of 0. All right, so this guy spawns a bag. Scales it from what does it do? Right, it spawns a big bag, and then in 5 seconds it reduces its size to 0. It plays the loot bag animation at the Z position of the bag we spawned plus 10 pixels. So what this is actually doing is there's, when a monster drops loot, there's actually 2 loot bags being shown. There's one that's shown on the map, and then a bigger one is shown. So there's one that's shown on the map, and then a bigger one is shown on top of it. And then that bigger one shrinks down in 5 seconds to 0, but the other one is still there behind it. So essentially this one shrinks down, and then you can still see the one that's behind it. Still seems like that should be right. So it's playing this animation at this position, at the position of the bag plus 10. And the bag is well, howdy doody. I don't know. That should be correct. Let me try to move it back a bunch. I do Sorry, I just got a text. Excuse me for just 1 second. I mean, we don't care, right? If he comes early? Yeah. Sorry. We've got some people coming over and they just texted and... Okay. You know, I think it's actually correct. Yeah, you know what it is? It needs to be, remember I said there were 2 loot bags? It looks like it's correctly behind the one that spawns its big, but then that one shrinks down really quick, leaving the other one. Yeah, that's totally what it is. So it needs to be behind the one that's spawned on the map, which is kind of hard. Let's see where that one is. I don't know that it's easy for me to get access to that, but let's give it a try. Somehow I'm not doing such a good job. There we go. Whoopsie. It's like something is... I think my Unity's about to crash or something. I don't know what's going on. That is weird, weird, weird. Huh. Oh, I probably screwed that guy up. We're at 520. So actually what I can do is I'll just hard code it to be right behind this layer in the animation. So instead of plus Z, it'll be with Z. This might have weird unintended effects. I'm pretty sure it's going to. I think the loot glow's going to be hidden by the... yeah. So that totally fixes it, but it's probably hard to see with that screen open, but now the glow is actually happening behind the Fog of War. Rex asked about, is the game going to be successful or is it going to be a loss leader? Man, if it's a loss leader, I'm just going to be extremely sad. I mean, we've been working on this game in our spare time for over 3 years. I committed the first line of code for the game 5 years ago. It is definitely a labor of love. So it's not something that, we want it to be successful. We're trying our best. We're doing pretty well. Over 500 people have bought it on Steam so far in early access. So no, we want to finish it. We want to release it. We want it to be successful. So I mean, whether or not it'll be successful is totally up to you guys. So tell your friends about it, about how awesome it is, and buy it, and then that will make it successful. So yeah, I know how to fix this. It's just not particularly easy. Like I said, the problem is that there's 2 on the map, and what I need to do is make sure that second one doesn't actually show up on the map until the animation is complete. So that may not be that hard. Let's see. Where is this guy getting fired? Yeah, what I need to do is I just need to do all of this in the animation itself. Thanks. Hope you like it, Rexterra WTF. Hope you like it. Aha. This actually isn't hard at all. So what I need to do is this guy is going to go down to his regular size. He's going to go back to being just 10 pixels behind it. So there'll still be 2 loot bags, but one will be on top of the other. Well, the second one won't show up until the animation's finished playing, and the second one showing up is because of this line right here. It's telling the world to react to an item being dropped, and it was already being done in the animation. It was just being done at the beginning of the animation. So I'm going to take out this commented line here. Go ahead and reformat this class. Yeah, the animation stuff for sure. None of our sprites are actually animated, but so we're animating them with a bunch of tweening and a bunch of like particle effects. But yeah, it ends up all the animation and then synchronizing the animation with everything else does take up a ton of time. I completely agree. All right, so I think this will fix our animation. I can call that one fixed. And then this will probably be the end. If I get this fixed, I will probably end the stream because I've got to get some stuff done. So the problem is that it's better. You can see it. Probably need to make the bag a little bit bigger when it first spawns. But yeah, the animation, the glow, the whole thing just needs to be a little bit longer, so that by the time the animation finishes, I'm gonna actually make this guy 2 times the size. Make this guy be 0.75. Thanks, appreciate it. We try to stream most Sundays, and sometimes it's not just me. We've got other developer. We've got one other developer and the artist, and we kind of take turns streaming. So if you like watching people make art or programming, come on by, visit with us. I'll go ahead and delete that save dungeon and get rid of a lot of that junk loot that's just sitting around. Just a little bit. I'm worried that this is now going to be, I'm probably going to have to relook at that whole starburst because it's probably just a little too long. That's the other thing with the animations, is making sure that they're not annoying when you're playing the game. Because you want it to add something, but you don't want it to take so much time that people are just waiting for animations to play. Because people get annoyed with that. I get annoyed with that. I think it's going to have to be 1 second. It's not terrible. That looks pretty good. Yeah, I think I am going to go back. You know, I can probably do that real quick. Change the length of that loop particle. Make it slightly... .85 maybe? Well, I could sit here and tweak this all day, so I'm just not gonna. Just one more tweak. That's what happens with these things. like Rexter was saying, this ends up taking a ton of time because you want it to look just perfect. So to make one little animation, you end up spending hours on it. So I'm gonna, as long as this one looks okay, I'm gonna call it done. No, something's not right. It didn't, I don't think these, something about the way these animations, oh, I think that's it right there. Yeah, I think that was actually the problem. I changed the length of the animation, but I didn't change the start speed. Nope, I don't know what it is. So I will continue playing with this and get it perfected. I'm probably just going to leave it at 1 second for now. Okay, we're going to call that done. Commit this code. And then call that fixed for now. What was that? Glow. So that will be in update 25. All right, everyone. Well, I appreciate you stopping by and hanging out with me for the last couple of hours. So I'm going to sign off. Be sure to visit us at WeSlayMonsters.com. There's links to the Steam site for the game and more information. So thanks a bunch. I will see you all next time. Okay.